Guards lunged at Eli Navarro's wrists. Queen Scifistories rose from her throne, her iridescent scales flaring crimson. "Traitor! The message from your fleet confirms it. Seize his comm bracelet." Eli twisted free for a split second. 2 royal guards pinned his arms. Their claws dug into his uniform sleeves. He kept his voice level. "Your Majesty, invoke verification protocol. Check the timestamp on that packet." The Queen's golden eyes narrowed. She waved a hand. Marshal Kethroon stepped forward, his armored bulk eclipsing the light. "Humans lie with protocols, Eli Navarro. You confessed to sabotaging the Alliance relay. Not a confession." Eli met the Marshal's glare. "A forgery. Timestamp it." Keth's grip crushed Eli's shoulder. He yanked the comm bracelet free and snapped it into a containment field. The device hummed. Locked down. To the vault now. Eli stumbled as Keth dragged him through the throne room doors. Courtiers whispered. Counselor Vesktal watched from the shadows, his smile sharp as a blade. Queen Savra followed at a distance, her retinue trailing like shadows. The palace corridors blurred, polished obsidian walls veined with glowing conduits. Eli's boots scraped the floor. He catalogued details. Guard positions, relay nodes pulsing overhead. Humans trained for this. Verify first. Keth shoved him into the signal vault. Cool air hit like a slap. Hollow screens flickered across arched ceilings. Archivist Ilian hunched over a console, his tendrils twitching over controls. "Replay the packet," Keth barked. "Show the human his treachery." Ilian nodded. A projection bloomed. Eli's face, grainy but clear. His voice echoed. "Alliance compromised. Human fleet withdraws support. Execute fallback. Isolate the Queen." Eli's stomach tightened. Perfect mimicry, but something nagged. Pause. He leaned in, formatting artifact. Bottom right checksum hash is offset by 3 digits. Standard human diplomatic packets aligned to 5. Ilian froze. His tendrils retracted. Impossible. Palace relays are flawless. Check it. Eli pointed. Human protocol demands triple verification. Timestamp, hash, relay log. Keth growled. "You waste time, liar." Queen Savra entered. Her presence silenced the vault. "Indulge him, archivist, or join him in chains." Ilian complied. Data streams cascaded. Timestamp appeared, 12 cycles prior, matching Eli's last transmission. "See?" Keth sneered. "Your guilt." Eli shook his head. "Relay logs. Cross-reference the ingress point. Forgers slip on multi-hop routing." Ilian hesitated. His eyes darted to the Queen. She nodded once. "Console's word. Logs unspooled. Terabytes of encrypted traffic from centuries past." Ilian's tendrils flew. Anomaly. Packet routed through secondary palace node. Origin mask. Counselor Vesk's private array. The vault went still. Eli pressed. "Pull the full chain." Ilian traced it. Patterns emerged, subtle echoes of older scandals. This mask. Used in the succession purge 80 cycles ago. Vesktal's signature weave. Keth's claws flexed. "Counselor, preposterous." "Not preposterous." Eli straightened. "Efficient. He forges my voice, plants the betrayal, isolates you from humans, controls the throne. Queen Savra's scales shifted to amber. She circled Eli slowly. Clever human. But why end your message with shadows bind us eternal? A line only my sister used. She died 3 centuries past. Eli blinked. The projection replayed the end. There it was, appended flawlessly, not my words. He locked eyes with her. Yours truly. Her gaze pierced him. Trust flickered, fragile as a spark. Keth drew his blade. Lie still. Stand down. Savra's command froze him. She stepped closer to Eli. Her scent, ozone, and ancient stone filled his space. Explain the sister's echo, Eli Navarro, or prove it now. Eli's mind raced. Human verification. Chase the source. Archivist query Vesk's array directly. Life ping. Ilian tapped. Alarms blared softly. Array active. Masking active, same weave. Footsteps echoed outside. God shouted. Counselor Vesk Tal burst in, feigning shock. Majesty, the human assaults the vault. Keth spun toward the door. Savra's hand shot out, barring him. She faced Eli alone. Your protocol saved you this far. Finish it. Eli nodded to Ilian. Isolate the array. Force a decrypt handshake. Ilion worked. Vesk lunged. Keth tackled him mid-stride. Claws clashed. Vesk snarled. Fool, the queen weakens us all. The console pinged. Decrypt bloomed. Raw logs. Forged packets galore. Timestamps chained to Vesk's faction. And at the core, a personal file. Queen Savra's sister's voice print. Sampled and twisted. Savra inhaled sharply. Her scales blazed violet. Vesk, you dare invoke her? Vesk thrashed under Keth. For the Empire! Humans erode us. Eli stepped forward. Not erosion. Alliance. Checked the real fleet logs via my bracelet. Keth released Vesk into guard custody. He unlocked the bracelet. Eli synced it clean. Fleet status streamed. Reinforcements en route. Loyal. Savra turned to Eli. Her fingers brushed his arm. Cool. Deliberate. You saw what Immortals miss. Improvisation in the artifact. Verification, Eli said simply. Humans build trust that way. She held his gaze. And you? Trust an immortal queen who branded you traitor? Eli met her touch. Prove it back. Keth hauled Vesk away. Ilion sealed the logs. Courtiers would hear soon. Scandal engineered, unraveled. Savra's voice dropped. Walk with me, Eli Navarro. We hunt the rest. He followed. Her stride matched his. Scales brushed his sleeve. In the corridor's glow, trust sharpened into something lethal. But Vesk's laugh echoed from the cells. The sister's line binds more than you know, Majesty. Savra halted. Eli tensed. What hidden weave remained? Eli synced his bracelet to the corridor console. Raw data spilled across the holo display. Timestamps, drafts, packet chains. His fingers flew, isolating the original transmission from his local cache. Queen Savra leaned in, her breath cool against his neck. Scales along her jaw pulsed violet. Show me. He overlaid the court-forged version. A single phrase glowed red. Surrender the throne to the human alliance. Inserted mid-sentence. Timestamps mismatched by 7 microseconds. There. Eli tapped the anomaly. Your relay stamped it clean, but my cache predates the edit. Vesk's faction signature bleeds through the metadata. Ilion the archivist scuttled forward, his tendrils quivering over the display. Patterns confirm. Century-old forgery templates from Vesk's house. Human cache unassailable. Savra's claws scraped the console edge. She straightened, eyes locking on Eli. This phrase. Surrender the throne. Explain its meaning to humans. No evasion. Eli met her stare. Her pupils dilated, ancient and unblinking. It's not our idiom. Humans say throw in the towel for defeat, or wave the white flag. Surrender implies total yield, no terms. But in diplomacy, it's a ploy. Test, resolve, force, counter offers. Her tail flicked, brushing his leg. Accidental. You embedded it, knowing my history. My sister's fall. Throne yielded to invaders. Why forge that pain unless to wield it? Eli held steady. I didn't forge anything. Check the cache origin. Your own secure link, pre-relay. Humans verify first. Assume trust second. That's not deception. It's survival. Kethruin burst from a side passage, pinning a guard against the wall. Vesk's cell empty. Accomplices sprung him. Courtiers reconvening in the throne hall, demanding your liaison's head. Savra's scales harden to obsidian. They move fast. Eli Navarro, propose your proof. Now. Eli nodded to Ilion. Live integrity test. Palace relay, public broadcast. Sign a fresh transmission. Fleet recall order. Direct from your voice. Chain it immutable. If it holds, no edits possible. Ilion hesitated, tendrils twisting. Risky. Relays vulnerable to faction overrides. Override this. Eli jacked his bracelet into the system. Human encryption layer. Quantum sealed. Your tech handles patterns. Ours handles chaos. Savra signaled Keth. Convene the court. Broadcast from the dais. They marched into the throne hall. Courtiers hissed, tails lashing. Vesk Tal stood unbound at the council pit's edge, flanked by his faction, smirking, robes pristine. Traitor human, Vesk's voice boomed. Your test is the trick. Surrender phrase? Human code for conquest. Execute him now before he twists our relays. Murmurs swelled. A counselor hurled the data slate. Keth intercepted it midair. Eli stepped to the central dais. Ilion patched the relay live holo feed, theming empire-wide. Sayevra mounted her throne, gesturing Eli beside her. Her hand rested on his shoulder, cool weight grounding him. Proceed, she commanded. Eli activated the test. Relay, authenticate. Queen Savra Ve orders fleet recall to core worlds. Sign and chain, the console hummed. Ilion's tendrils danced, layering alien protocols over human seals. Vesk lunged forward. Intercept! It's sabotage! Keth slammed him back. Guards swarmed Vesk's faction. Transmission locked. Signed. Broadcast. Eli pulled the fresh chain. Compared to the forgery. Identical structure. No insertions. Timestamps live. Courtiers leaned in. Hollow screens flickered empire-wide. Clean signal. No anomalies. Vesk thrashed. Lies. Human improvisation masks deeper betrayal. The sister's voice print. He sampled it himself. Savra rose. Silence crashed down. Her gaze pinned Eli. The one question remaining. Vesk claims the sister's line binds you. Did you access her sealed archives? Speak truth, or Keth ends you here. Eli's pulse spiked. Her claws dug into his shoulder, testing. Public. Courtiers held breath. Keth's blade hovered at his throat. He swallowed. Yes. But not to forge, to verify. Your sister's last transmission, real one, warned of Vesk's plot. I cross-checked against fleet logs. It's why reinforcements are loyal. Gasps rippled. Savor's grip tightened, then released. Show it. Eli projected the archive sliver from his cache. Her sister's voice print, unaltered. Vesk engineers my fall. Trust no human? Test them first. They unravel lies immortals entomb. Savra inhaled, scales softening to silver. Sister saw your kind's gift. Verification over eternity. Vesk snarled. Fabrication. He, Keth's boot, crushed Vesk's tail. Guards dragged him silent. The queen turned to Eli, voice low amid cheers. You wield trust as a weapon. Walk with me again. We hunt his remnants. Her fingers laced his. Deliberate now. Cool against warm skin. Ellie followed, her stride sinking perfect. Corridor lights dimmed. Scales grazed his arm, sending sparks behind. Elion sealed the broadcast. Keth sealed the cells. But Vesk's final glare burned. The binding runs deeper. Savor halted at a sealed vault door. One more test. Enter with me. Prove the line doesn't chain you to ruin. Eli tensed. Her touch lingered. Trust sharpened lethal. He nodded. Door hissed open. Inside, hollow portraits glowed. Queen's eternal. Sister's face newest. A data core pulsed. Unlocked. Savor's claws hovered. Access it. What hides? Eli synced his bracelet. Files cascaded. Vesk's ledgers. Bribes to border lords. Human tech smuggled for sabotage. And deeper, a genetic weave. Savor's bloodline spliced with human markers. Your sister, Eli said. She allied with a human envoy. Decades ago. Off books. To counter Vesk. Savor's eyes widened. Hybrid heirs. Hidden. Vesk hunts them to end my line. Eli traced the chain. They're safe. Fleet protects outposts. My verification flagged it. She pulled him close. Breath mingled. You see what I'd buried. Enemies, too. This. Her lips brushed his jaw. Tentative. Electric. Eli's hand found her waist. Scales smooth under fingers. Heat met cool. Trust ignited. Alarms blared. Keth's voice crackled. Vesk escaped. Faction strikes the vaults. Savra drew her blade. Together. Eli armed, his bracelet stunner primed. They charged into fire. Her laugh echoed fierce. Human grit met immortal steel. Bond sealed in combat. Vesk's forces swarmed corridors. Blasts scorched walls. Eli dodged. Bracelet hacking turret locks. Savor whirled. Blades singing. 3 down. Keth joined, roaring. Ilian fed, targeting data. Vesk appeared at vault mouth, plasma rifle raised. The hybrid dies with you. Eli tackled Savra aside. Blast grazed his arm. Pain flared. He rolled. Bracelet, EMP, pulsing. Vesk's rifle died. Savra pounced, pinning Vesk. Your weave unravels. Keth cuffed him. Gods secured the rest. In the aftermath, Savra bandaged Eli's wound. Her touch lingered. Loyalty proven. Beyond species. Eli grinned through pain. Trust builds empires. She kissed him then, full, claiming. Scales flushed gold. Courtiers watched, whispering. Scandal birthed alliance. But Ilion approached, tendrils pale. One file remains, sister's final directive. The human binds the queen, or breaks her. Savor's gaze met Eli's. Which are you? He squeezed her hand. Yours, to test. Her Cyver's claws pricked Eli's palm. Test accepted. Marshal Keth, caller stays. He moves without my voice. You fire. Keth nodded, rifle steady. Guards flanked Eli tighter. Courtiers gasped from the vault shadows. Ilion clutched the data slate, tendrils quivering. Eli met her golden gaze. One condition. Full audit of Counselor Vesk's faction logs. Now, Savor's scales rippled silver. Amusement or trap. Bold for a bound witness. Granted, Ilion. Grant access. The archivist's stalks drooped. Majesty. Vesk's encryption. Human verifies. Savor shoved the slate into Eli's hands. Her scent, ozone and spice, filled his nose. Close, too close after that kiss. Eli's bracelet interfaced. Lines scrolled, timestamps, relays, forged signatures. Human sysadmin tricks. Alien weave. Pattern here. Vesk bounced signals through human embassy relays. Framed me clean. Keth growled. Proof? Eli tapped. Cross-reference Ilion century logs. Matches your sister's old cipher, Majesty. Savor snatched the slate. Her eyes narrowed. Sister, Elira's ghost again. Alarms whooped. Low priority. Keth's calm buzzed. Council convenes. Vesk demands trial. Factions split. Together. Savor gripped Eli's collar remote. She yanked him forward. Scales brushed his arm, warm now. Gold flush lingered from their kiss. They stormed the corridor. Guards parted. Eli's wound throbbed under bandage. Her work, pain, sharpened focus. Council chamber loomed. Crystal dome. Tiered seats etched with royal math survival equations carved in stone. Vesk chained center stage, smirking. Faction heads hissed. Power brokers in silk robes, tendrils coiled. Traitors exposed. Vesk spat. The queen beds the human spy. Murmurs swelled. Savor halted at dais. Silence. Bound witness speaks. Eli stepped up. Collar hummed. Kill switch live. Keth's glare burned his neck. Goal. Expose Vex's web. Verify loyalty. Logs don't lie. Eli projected bracelet hollow. Signal chains glowing red. Vesk forged the betrayal message. Used my embassy to hide. Queen spared me as witness. Ancient law binds me to truth. A counselor sneered. Human words twist. Your verification dances like deceit. Eli pulled Ilion's slate. Test it. Run the math yourselves. Human improvise. No, we check twice. Ilion nodded slowly. Patterns align, centuries confirm. Vesk lunged chains. Lies. The hybrid queen weakens us. Savor's blade fleshed. Tip pierced Vesk's throat. Not fatal. Confess, or archives burn your line. Vesk paled. Elira's pact, she promised hybrid rule. You immortal, but sterile. Human seed binds throne. Gasps echoed. Savra froze. Eli saw it. Flinch in her scales. Sister's directive clicked. The human binds the queen, or breaks her. Eli's mind raced. Cultural gap. Aliens saw his double checks as sly. Humans? Standard protocol. Time to weaponize trust. He touched Savor's arm. Not breaking. Verifying. Let me trace Elira's final relay. Prove it's Vesk alone. Her eyes locked. Test. Public. Do it. Fail. Color triggers. Keth grinned. Guards tensed. Eli knelt, bracelet humming. Dome lights dimmed as he hacked palace core. Alien firewalls like fractal mazes. Humans thrived in chaos code. He looped a diagnostic ping. Data flooded. Hidden vault access, Elira's signet 2 centuries old. Vesk's modern override. Got it. Hollow bloomed. Elira's voice. Ghostly. If Queen falters, forge the outsider threat. Bind or break the line. Counselors recoiled. Vesk snarled. She foresaw your weakness. Savor's laugh cut sharp. Witness binds me. Loyalty proven. She deactivated Eli's collar with a flick. It clattered free. Keth holstered rifle. Instinct beaten. Human holes. Eli rose. Savor's hand found his waist possessive. Heat met cool scales. Courtiers whispered approval now. Scandal flipped. But Ilium sidled close. Relay traces further. Human embassy, your own successor, authorized bounce back. Eli's gut twisted. Betrayal. Deeper. Human traitor. Savra leaned in, lips grazing ear. Yours to test now. They exited chamber. Her blade sheathed, but ready. Corridors buzzed with guards rerouting to subvaults. Keth led, barking orders. Ilian trailed, slate glowing. Eli's bracelet pinged private channel, reciprocal access she'd granted weeks ago, post-binding. Messages queued, Earth diplomatic call. Urgent. Read it, Savra ordered. Her claw traced his jaw. Electric. Eli opened. Director Hale. Navarro, abort. Vesk deal secured assets. You're expendable. Confirm relay use. Human faction mirrored Vesk. Double betrayal. Earth sold me out. Eli's voice stayed even. Systems check. Verify. Adapt. Savra halted. Trust breaks both ways? He met her gaze. Not mine. We hunt Hale's agent here. Together. Her scales flushed gold again. Equation. Shifts. Human grit. Extraordinary. Keth grunted. Escort. Upgraded. No collar. Rifle instead. Alien-fed cords. Palace sublevels, human envoy quarters. Action now. They descended. Lifts hummed. Savra's hand stayed on Eli's. Bond tightening. Enemies blurred to allies. Lovers? Blastifier cracked ahead. Keth kicked door. Ambush! Eli primed bracelet stunner. Savra drew blade. Forward. Human pulse. Met alien precision. They charged. Eli dodged bolt. Hacked door turret. Alien lock yielded to his override. Turret swiveled. Shredded 2 assailants in black cloaks. Human mercs. Savra whirled. Blade severing a rifle. Yield! Lead merc lunged. Earth insignia. Eli tackled. Stunner. Buzzing. Man dropped. Keth cuffed him. Talk. Merc spat. Hale pays triple. Queen falls. Humans take trade lanes. Savra pinned him. Eli? He nodded. Verified. My proof ends this. She rose, pulling Eli up. Lips met his. Fierce claiming. Scales hot. Courtiers would hear. Alliance sealed. Alien scan Merc's comm. Final link. Hill's ship departs orbit. Pursuit? Keth roared orders. Fleet scramble! Savor's eyes burned. We fly. Bind or break together. Eli grinned. Empires wait. But, as shuttle prepped, Ilion's slate beeped. New file. Illyra's addendum. Human verifies all, except heart. Savora glanced. Another test. Eli squeezed her hand. Pass it daily. Shuttle doors hissed shut. Stars streaked. Trust weaponized. Betrayal hunted. Bond forged in fire. Yet Hale's voice crackled, intercepted calm. Navarro lives. Abort Protocol 7. Release the vaults. Explosions rocked palace below. Real conspirators stirred. Eli Navarro pushed through the arched doors of Vesk's faction salon. Chimes tinkled. Voices hushed, then surged. He activated his shorthand rig, a slim bracelet pulsing blue, and synced it to capture every speaker turn. Scales gleamed under crystal lamps. 20 courtiers clustered around low tables, sipping fermented nectar from iridescent bowls. Counselor Vestal rose, robes swirling. Liaison Navarro, you honor my salon with your transparency. His mandibles clicked in amusement. The crowd murmured. Eli nodded. Plain speech. Counselor, I verify alliances through records. May I join? Vesk waved him to a cushion. Sit. Debate the Queen's trade edict. Human lanes encroach. Your fleets multiply like vermin. A faction whip, scales strike crimson. Leaned forward. Vesk speaks truth. Queen Savora yields too much. Her sister's pyre still smokes, yet she courts these short lives. Ritual insult ignited. The crimson whip's tail lashed. Across the table, a rival courtier, blue-scaled loyalist bared fangs. You mock the dead? Illyra's vault falls next to your schemes. Blades hissed free. Courtiers shoved tables aside. Marshal Keth Rune, stationed by the exit, gripped his pike. No intervention yet. Duels cleared insults. Eli's rig beeped. Cadence logged. He stood. Wait, translation error. All eyes snapped to him. The blue-scaled courtier paused, blade mid-arc. Human. This rite demands blood. Eli raised his bracelet. Your phrasing. Illyra's vault falls. Matches no historical lament. Ritual uses, shadow claims the pyre. Yours rehearsed, off-script. Vesk laughed. Sharp, clever deflection, envoy. But rights bind us, not deflection. Eli projected his rig's hollow, waveforms dancing. Human tool cross-checks tone. Yours spikes artificial. Error in delivery, not intent. The crimson whip hesitated. Blue scales sheathed his blade. He verifies the right itself. Keth grunted, pike lowering. Liaison prevents spill. Queen notes such. Courtiers resettled. Vesk poured nectar. Saved a mess, Navarro. Drink. Eli accepted the bowl. Sensory ping. Nectar burns sweet. Alien enzymes tingling his throat. He sipped. Rig still logging. Archivist Ilion slipped from shadows. Slate clutched. Hallis signals keeper, her frills quivering. Envoy. Your notes, may I? Eli synced the file. Cross-check away. Ilion interfaced her slate. Patterns bloomed. Centuries of salon records overlaid. Historical cadence. Ritual insults peak at 2.3 Hz variance. Crimson ones? 0.1. Rehearsed. Lie embedded. Gasps rippled. Vesk's mandibles stilled. Eli zoomed the hollow. Phrasing tag. Elira's vault falls next. Exact match to forged message that branded me traitor. Dead sister signature grief as code. Ilion's frills flared. Queen's family vault? Elira's pyre sealed it. No one speaks thus lightly. Keth stepped forward. Pike humming charge. Who fed you that script, Crimson? The whip paled. Coincidence. Human tricks light. Eli tapped his rig. Verified. Free prior salons. Same spike, same phrase. Your faction plants it. Vesk rose slow. Accusation heavy. Navarro. Proof. Patterns don't lie. Eli forwarded files to Ilion. Trace comms. Origin points to your wing, counselor. Courtiers whispered. Keth seized the crimson whip's arm. Queen summons. Now, Vesk's eyes narrowed. You weave traps well, human. Savra watches. Eli met his gaze. Honesty verifies. Weakness hides. Doors burst open. Queen StoryHFY strode in. Blade sheathed but radiating command. Immortal scales shimmered gold-black. Marshal Keth bowed. Ilion knelt. Reports, Savra said. Voice cut crystal. Eli stood straight. No bow human custom noted. Accepted. Ilion presented slate. Envoy caught rehearsed insult, Majesty. Ties to forged message. Dead sister code. Vault grief signals betrayal plot. Savra's gaze locked on Eli. You interrupted right. Prevented duel. With words. Verification. Eli said. Rig court lie before blood. She circled him, tail brushing his leg. Test of flinch. He didn't. Humans record. All. Aliens test through blades. You reframe our math. Keth cuffed the crimson whip. He yields truth, Majesty. Vesk bowed deep. A slip, my queen. Faction zeal. Cyver ignored him. Touched Eli's bracelet. This shorthand. Shares my Ilion's precision, but improvises. Heat rose in her scales. Eli felt it. Cross-species pull, bond tightening from prior tests. Enemies blurred. Trust it, she asked. Eli nodded. Daily proof. She smiled, fangs glinting. Then hunt with me. Vault code unlocks real traitors. Ilion beeped, alert. Trace complete. Vesk's comm relays to off-world ship. Hail signature. Vesk lunged, dagger flashing. Eli's bracelet stunner buzzed. Bolt hit true. Vesk crumpled. Keth roared. Secure him! Savra drew Eli aside, hand on his chest. One sentence stop duel, now catches code. Hot verifies. Lips brushed his ear. Scales hot against skin. Prove it. Eli grinned. Empire's weight. But Ilion's slate flashed red. Incoming transmission. Protocol 7 engages. Vaults breach. Explosions rocked the salon. Walls cracked. Savory yanked Eli toward exit. Ambush inbound! Blaster fire cracked through vents. Keth kicked barricade. Courtiers screamed. Eli primed stunner. Human pulse Met alien steel. They charged into fire. Shuffle bay alarms wailed. Saver's blade severed drone. Fleet scrambles! Eli hacked panel. Alien lock yielded. Turret swiveled. Shredded cloaked assailants. Human mercs. Earth insignia gleamed. Merc lead spat. Hail pays triple. Saver pinned him. Talk. Eli. Verified calm. Proof. Ends this. She pulled him up. Lips met. Fierce claim. Courtiers gaped. Alliance sealed. Ilion scanned. Hale's ship flees orbit. Keth roared pursuit. Saver's eyes burned. Bind or break together. Eli squeezed her hand. Stars streaked as shuttle launched. Yet vaults below erupted. Hale's voice crackled. Navarro lives. Release all. Real conspirators rose. Trust weaponized. Hunt ignited. Eli's fingers danced across the diplomatic slate, embedding the treaty addendum's final clause. He paused, then tweaked the punctuation. A subtle watermark, human-coded, invisible to standard scans. Comma shifted by femtoseconds in metadata. Periods carried checksum echoes. One leak, and it would ping back to him. Queen Savra loomed over his shoulder in the salon chamber. Her scales gleamed under vaulted lights, eyes narrowing at the human script. Your marks twist like lies, Navarro. Verify. Eli tapped submit. The slate chimed approval. Watermark. Traces copies. Proves origin, if forged or leaked. He met her gaze. Calm. No bluff. Humans build trust in code, not oaths. She snatched the slate. Claws retracted as she scanned. Courtiers whispered from alcoves. Vesktal's blocks smirking in the shadows. Marshal Keth Rune stood rigid by the doors, hand on blaster hilt. Archivist Ilyan hunched nearby, cross-referencing centuries of pacts on his own device. Surveyor's lips curled. Immortal math. Trust as equation. Humans solved variables aliens ignored. She signed with a flourish. Royal cipher blooming in iridescent ink. Done. Vesk, circulate it. Test my new ally. Vesktal stepped forward, charm masking fangs. Majesty, this addendum binds our fleets to Earth rabble. Off-world eyes will devour it. His eyes flicked to Eli. Traitor brand lingered from old scandals. Human deception habits. Seevra thrust the slate at him. Leak it wide. Leverage for your block. Or fear truth. Vesk bowed, slate vanishing into his robes. Courtiers gasped. Keth growled low. Eli's bracelet hummed. Ready stunner synced to his pulse. Hours ticked. Eli paced the antechamber, Ilion at his side. The archivist's tendrils twitched over data streams. Your punctuation. Irregular, like improvisation in stone carvings. Verification habit, Eli said. Humans check twice. Saves wars. Ilion nodded slowly. Our ciphers lock eternal. Yours, adapt. Alert pinged Eli's slate. Watermark triggered. Copy disseminated to off-world relays. Trace live. Got it. Eli synced to Palace Nexus. Vesk's block channels. Bouncing to unregistered ship. Savra burst in. Cathan guards flanking. Ping. Eli projected the holographic trail. Lines snaked from court feeds to shadow relays, then void. Leak confirmed. Origin. Vesk's aids. Destination. Hale's freighter. Outer orbit. Her eyes blazed. Marshal raid the Nexus. Seize proof. Keth saluted. Squad mobilizing. Eli grabbed his gear. I go. Human hackware cracks their locks faster. Savra gripped his arm. Scales warm against skin. Risky. Vesk hunts traitors. Trust the code. Eli grinned. Her hand lingered. Heat built. Enemies blurring to something fiercer. Keth's shuttle screamed through Atmo tunnels. Nexus spires looming. Eli braced as they slammed docks. Alarms wailed. Breach team, go! Guards poured out, plasma lances hot. Vesk loyalists fired from barricades. Bolts scorched bulkheads. Keth charged, blades singing. One foe down, scales smoking. Eli ducked fire, slate-hacking door glyphs. Alien locks resisted, patterned on Queen's lineage, DNA weaves. Ilion's archives helped, Royal Cipher variant. Human improv, Keth roared, shielding him. Eli's code slipped through. Doors hissed open, relay chamber pulsed with illicit gear. Conduits hummed to a clandestine transmitter, massive, etched with Hale signatures. But core locked, helical scans matching Savra's bloodline, royal DNA vaults. Jackpot. Eli knelt, scanning. Transmitter keyed to her cipher. Forged messages from throne, blaming humans. Keth smashed consoles. Guards zip-tied techs. One loyalist snarled. Vest clears the path. Hell pays for succession. Eli yanked the core. Watermark data flooded his slate-proof chain complete. Vesk's leaks fed Hale's fakes. Real plot. Topple Savra. Install puppet. Shuttle exfil raced. Nexus exploded behind. Back in Palace Salon, Eli presented the core. Courtiers assembled. Vesk Tal entered, smirking. Then froze. Savra held the transmitter aloft. Your leak, Counselor, traced to this. DNA, locked to my line. Treason. Vesk lunged, dagger flashing silver. Eli's bracelet buzzed. Stunnerbolt hit true. Vesk crumpled, twitching. Keth roared. Secure him. Savra drew Eli aside, hand flat on his chest, heart hammered under scales. One sentence stopped duel. Punctuation catches code. Heart verifies. Her lips brushed his ear. Scales hot against skin. Prove it. Eli grinned. Empire's wait. Ilion's slate flashed red. Incoming transmission. Protocol 7 engages. Vaults breach. Explosions rocked the salon. Walls cracked. But Eli's slate beeped deeper trace. Vesk's comm relays to off-world ship. Hale's signature. Vesk stirred on the floor, eyes wild. Real fangs showed, not just leak. Hale's ship fled, but vaults below spewed shadows. Conspirators unbound. Savra yanked Eli toward exit. Ambush inbound. Blast of fire cracked through vents. Keth kicked barricade. Eli primed stunner. Human pulse met alien steel. They charged. Shuttle bay alarms wailed. Savra's blade severed drone swarm. Fleet scrambles! Eli hacked panel. Alien glyphs yielded to human override. Turrets swiveled, shredded, cloaked assailants. Human mercs dropped. Earth insignia gleaming amid rubble. Merklead spat blood. Hale pays triple! Savra pinned him, claws drawing ichor. Talk. Eli verified comm logs from seized core. Proof ends this. Hale's fakes framed me. Vesk sold access. She hauled Eli up. Lips crashed. fierce, claiming. Courtiers gaped from cover. A lion sealed in fire. Ilion scanned wreckage. Hale's ship flees orbit, but vaults. Protocol 7. Ancient failsafe. Keth roared pursuit orders. Savra's eyes burned into Eli's. Bind or break together. Eli squeezed her hand. Shuttle launched, stars streaking. Vaults below, fully erupted. Hale's voice crackled over open comm. Navarro lives, release all. Deeper shadows rose. Royal pretenders, DNA-forged ghosts from Savra's endless reign. Ilion's archives lied. Conspirators weren't just Vesk. Trust sharpened. Hunt reignited. Eli's watermark saved the day, but unlocked worse. Sayever leaned close, breath sinking. Your punctuation broke the leak. Now your heart breaks vaults. Eli checked slate. New ping. Lineage cipher cracking under Hale's remote hack. 2 together. Explosions bloomed below. Shuttle banked hard. Keth's fleet icon swarmed viewscreen. Merc lead laughed from bombs. Hale's got your ghosts, Queen. Immortal math fails humans. Savra silenced him. Blade swift. Eli stowed the core. Proof chained to Hale now. But Ilion paled. Vault manifests. Vesk keyed them too. Real block rises. Pal's feeds showed chaos, armored figures in royal scales, blasting guards. Pretenders with Savra's face, clones? DNA echoes. Eli's mind raced systems. Watermark them. Fake a recall signal. Savra nodded. Do it. His fingers flew again. Punctuation as weapon. Pretenders faltered, codes glitching. Keth's voice crackled. Hale's ship cloaks. Pursuit hot. Shuttle dove back. Eli primed hacks. Human grit. Alien steel. Bond forged in breach. One pretender locked eyes through feed mirror of Savra. Queen Savra slammed the chamber door behind them. Her claws dug into Eli's sleeve as she shoved him toward the holo console. Replay it, line by line. The dead sister forgery. Now, Eli stumbled, but caught his balance. He tapped his slate, projecting the intercepted message. Glowing text hovered. Sister, lost in the void. Honor her breach. Together. His voice stayed even. That's the leak, word for word. Savra's scales bristled under her robes. She leaned in, golden eyes narrowing. You sent this. Traitor's code. Speak it again. Eli met her gaze. No flinch. I didn't send it. I learned the phrase from you. He swiped the slate. A secure log bloomed. Private condolence exchange time-stamped months back. After your sister died in the border skirmish. You whispered it during our first summit. Off record. Human custom. Share grief to build bridges. Her tail lashed. The chamber's air hummed with security fields. Pulse dampeners. Scan webs. Eli felt the prickles on his skin. She paced, replaying the holo. Private. How? Someone listened. Eli traced the log's metadata. Your palace feeds. Archivist Ilion routes them all. But this ping traces to a shadow relay. Court breach. Vestal's faction markers. Subtle, but there. Savra froze. Her hand hovered over the kill switch. One press, and his slate vaporized. Proof? Chain pending. Eli pulled up partial traces. Watermark mismatch. My punctuation. human quirk doesn't align with the forgery. Yours does, from that night. She snatched the slate. Claws clicked through layers. Silence. Stretched. Then she thrust it back. Name the spy. One suspect. Freedom. For you. Shuffle off world. Life intact. Eli straightened. Can't. No chain of custody. Accuse wrong. Conspirators scatter. Her laugh scraped like gravel. Stake your life. Swear it on human blood oath. Name. Now. He shook his head. Run a sting. Controlled. Leak bait through Ilian's relays. Watch who bites. Your math demands precision. Survival calculus. Savor's eyes widened a fraction. First spark of interest, not rage. You refuse my grace. Grace without teeth fails. Eli stepped closer. Her scent hit him. Ozone and ancient stone. Humans verify. Aliens assume. Test it my way. We catch them live. She circled him. Tail brushed his leg. Test or threat. Marshal Keth waits outside. He brands you meat already. Call him in. Eli tapped the console. Joint up. Your steel. My systems. The door hissed. Kethrun stormed through. Plasma rifle humming. Queen. Stand down. Savor waved him silent. Human. Proposes trap. Keth's mandibles clicked. Lies. Breed traps. Eli ignored him. Pulled up schematics. Palace net. Ilian's vault access. Bait. Fake recall on pretender clones. Phrase it with a dead sister hook. Route through Vesk's suspected nodes. Savor studied the map. Her fingers danced over controls. Risky. Ilian flags anomalies. That's the point. Eli synced his slate. I'll watermark it uniquely. If it leaks, we trace. Keth growled. He dies first, if wrong. Agreed. Savor's claw tapped accept. Run it. Eli's fingers flew. Code bloomed. Sisters' echoes rise. Breach together. Vault recall. Timestamp forged to now. Pushed through shadow relay. Alarms blared, soft internal only. Savor's console lit. Feed, breach, Ilian station. They burst into the corridor. Keth led, rifle raised. Eli matched pace, slate scanning. Palace halls twisted, crystal veins pulsing data. Guards snapped salutes. Ilian met them at the archivist wing. His robes fluttered. Queen. False ping. Caught. Savor seized his collar. Dead sister bait. Your relay. Ilian's eyes darted. Routine log. Eli shoved the trace forward. Your key. Vesk's echo. Centuries of patterns, Ilian. But humans improvise. Watermark hits your console. Keth cuffed him. Confess. Not me. Ilian struggled. Vesk forced access. Succession play. Pretenders keyed to his block. Savor's blade flashed, hilt only, cracking Ilian's jaw. Where's Vesk? Council chamber. Ilian spat blood. Clones inbound. Explosions rocked the palace. Feeds showed armored figures. Savor's face twisted in rage. Pretenders stormed the vaults. Eli primed his slate. Recall signal. Fake it. Saevra nodded. Do it. His hacks surged. Punctuation glitched their codes. Pretenders faltered mid-charge. Keth dragged Ilian. Queen, the human, saved us. Saevra gripped Ellie's shoulder. Heat through fabric. Again. They raced to council. Vesk Tau stood amid holomaps, smiling. My queen, Traitor. Sievra hurled Ilion forward.
Your sting bites. Vesk's charm cracked.
Lies. Human ploy. Eli projected the full chain. Custody complete. Your nodes leaked it. Pretenders keyed to your DNA forge. Guards swarmed. Vesk lunged. Dagger out. Keth tackled him. Blade clattered. Savra faced Eli. Breath synced again. You refused freedom. Built trust instead. Verification wins. Eli stowed the slate. Her hand lingered on his arm. Counselor down. Ilion chained, but feeds pinged new. Hail ship, cloaked edge. Deeper ghost stirring. Sievra leaned close. Your heart breaks more vaults? Eli checked ping. Lineage cipher cracking. Together. Her tail coiled his leg. Bond tightening. Enemies thawed. Lovers loomed. Pretender queen locked eyes through feed mirror perfect. But Eli's watermark glowed. Hunt far from over. Kef's voice crackled. Vesk's fleet jumps in. Real war now. Sievra drew her blade. With me, human? Eli nodded. Chain. Unbreakable. They charged. Trust. Weaponized. Human grit met immortal steel. Palace shook. Stars waited. Eli strode into the throne room. Slate clutched tight. Hollow screams flickered alive around the gathered court. Queen Savra's tail flicked once. Signal given. He tapped the send command. The fake confession burst through the compromised relay. I, Eli Navarro, admit treason. Coordinates attached. Lineage cipher unlocks proof. Gasps rippled. Counselor Vesktal leaned forward from his dais, eyes narrowing. Marshal Keth Brune gripped his blade hilt, gaze locked on Eli. Archivist Ilion hunched over a console, fingers flying. Sievra's voice cut the air. Liaison Navarro confesses. Proof roots now. Court witnesses. Eli's heart pounded steady. He watched the relay logs bloom on the central hollow. The message threaded the ghost path. The one Vesk's faction had poisoned weeks back. His human hack, layered invisible tracers. Punctuation glitches keyed to DNA forges. Timestamps synced to palace feeds. Vesk's console chimed. The counselor stiffened. His hand darted to a hidden panel. Eli's slate pinged. Lineage cipher activated. Vesk's personal sig bloomed red in the logs. Intercept confirmed. Real time. Got you, Eli muttered. Savra's eyes met his across the throne. No words. Trust. Locked. Vesk surged to his feet. This human lies. Forged broadcast. Keth moved like lightning. 2 strides. Vesk's guards hesitated. Keth's glare froze them. The marshal slammed Vesk against the dais. Cuffs snapped on wrists. Lineage cipher. Your access only, counselor. Logs verify. The court hollow zoomed. Vesk's sig pulsing over the bait message. Intercept path lit up, nodes leaking his faction's DNA stamps. Pretender codes unraveled. Vesk's forge exposed. Murmurs exploded. Ilion cross-checked from his station. Queen. Patterns match. Centuries of his relays. Human tracers caught what we missed. Sievra rose. Her blade gleamed at her side. Counselor Vesktal, you hunted my throne with shadows. No more. She nodded to Keth. To the vaults. Guards hauled Vesk away. He thrashed, charm shattered. The human poisoned it. Savra, your immortality blinds. Silence. Savera's tail lashed. Vesk vanished through side doors.
The court knelt as one. Eli stood firm, slate dimming.
Savra descended the throne steps. Her presence parted the crowd.
She stopped before him, close enough for heat to radiate from her scales.
"Liaison Navarro," she announced, voice carrying. "Cleared. Your verification exposed the serpent. Humanity's ally stands proven." Cheers erupted. Aliens bowed deeper, whispering of human grit. Eli felt their stares shift, doubt to awe. His plain speech, once called deceit, now weapon. Savra's claw touched his arm. Light pressure. Private now. "Walk with me."
They slipped to the antechamber. Doors sealed. Keth posted outside. No head-hopping glances through.
Just Eli's view. Savra's golden eyes, tail coiling loose near his boot. "You built the bait," she said. "Routed true, but your habit, checking first." "Teach it." Eli blinked. Her words clipped, alien precision. He pulled up the slate demo. "Humans verify before trust. See?" He traced the log chain. "Punctuation glitch here. Tests, relay, response. If it shifts, compromised. No assumptions." She leaned in, fragrance like spiced stone. Her claw followed his finger. "We assume survival math, patterns eternal. You improvise checks mid-storm. Verification wins wars." He met her gaze, no flinch. Her pupils dilated, rare for immortals. "Show me more." Her tail brushed his calf. Intentional. Heat climbed. Eli nodded. "Start with relays. Layer 3 traces. Time, sig, glitch. Route, bait." Alarms blared. Slate pinged. New intercept. Not Vesk's. Deeper node. Hale's ship signature cloaked its system edge. Savra's blade hissed free. Ghosts stir. Keth burst in. "Queen." Vesk's fleet jumps inbound. "Real war." Eli checked the ping. Lineage cipher cracking wider pretender. Queen's mirror feed live. Perfect duplicate. But his watermark glowed. Faint. "Together," Eli said. Savra gripped his shoulder. Tail coiled his leg. Bond sealed. "Teach as we hunt." They charged for the command deck. Palace shook. Eli's mind raced grids. Her steel met his checks, trust forged sharper. Court feeds broadcast the arrest. Aliens across the Empire watched Vesk chained, logs undeniable. Whispers spread. The human who checked first. Queen Savra's unlikely blade. But Eli saw the shadows. Ilian chained nearby. Loyal now. Patterns aligning. Keth's instincts locked on hull breaches. Savra's math calculated jumps. Eli patched a quick verify on the fleet signatures. Half-faked. Vesk's decoys. Real threat, cloaked, deeper. "Flank left," he said. "Ghost path active." Savra pivoted. Her stride synced to his. Claw on his back. Guiding, not leading. Explosions rocked corridors. Guards fell back. Keth bellowed orders. Eli slammed a bulkhead control. Sealed the breach. Tracer live. Pretenders keyed wrong. Savra spun. Blade harking. 2 infiltrators dropped. Throats open. "Your checks save lives." Tail tightened. Breath synced. They burst onto the overlook. Stars burned with incoming fire. Vesk's true fleet decloaked. Dozens strong. Eli routed the full chain to Command Hollow. Bait 2 fake surrender cords. Lineage ping. Vesk's remaining sig lit up. Remaining conspirators intercepted. exposed. Keth grinned through comms. Human ploy works again. SciFi faced Eli. Wind from vents whipped her mane. Humans break vaults with questions. Teach me all. Her lips brushed his ear. Whisper only. Loyalty binds deeper now. Eli's pulse jumped. He traced her jaw scale. Check first. Then trust. Fleet fire reigned. They dove for cover. Bond weaponized. War called. Ilion patched through. Patterns shift, Queen. Pretend the Queen boards Hale's vessel. Mirror perfect. But watermark fails her. Savra laughed. Rare, sharp. Hunter with my human. Eli armed the relay cannon. Verification locked. Together they fired the trap. Palace guns roared. Stars answered. Eli watched Savra command. Immortal grace, human grit fueling her. Her tail never uncoiled. Enemies thawed into alliance. Lovers ignited in fire. Deeper ghosts waited. But chains unbreakable. Keth's voice crackled. Boarding parties inbound. Vesk screams names. SciFi drew Eli close. Your heart verifies mine? He nodded. Slate synced to her blade frequent. Always they leaped into the fray. Trust cut true. Human checks met alien steel. Empire remade. But the Pretender's feed mirrored Savra, flawless. Watermark flickered. Hunt far from over. Incoming jump signatures spiked. Real war ignited.